One of our submarines, an Alpha, was last reported in the area of the Grand Banks. We've not heard from her for some time.
Stellan, Skarsgard's one, the other one.
Andre. You've lost another submarine?
Hi guys, and welcome back to Criminal Content. My name is Coby. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can stay up to date with all things criminal content over on Instagram too, which is criminal.content. And you can stay up to date with me personally if you want to at Coby Connell on Instagram. So today I'm getting back into some action, I believe. I'm watching The Hunt for Red October. So what I know about this is it was directed by McTiernan, who did Die Hard. So I just watched Die Hard and had a blast with that. And then this was his follow-up movie to that. So I know it's Sean Connery, and that's really all I got. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I enjoy it half as much as I did Die Hard. And for the full watch along, head over to our Patreon. And with that, let's get into the movie. In November of 1984 again! Woo! Shortly before Gorbachev came to power, a Typhoon-class Soviet subsurfaced just south of the Grand Banks. It then sank in deep water, apparently suffering a radiation problem. Some of the crew were rescued. But according to repeated statements by both Soviet and American governments, nothing of what you're about to see ever happened. Oh, that's him. That is Sean. I've been watching all the Bonds here on Criminal Content where he looks so young, but this is how I thought of him.
New.
Ooh! Wow, submarines are incredible, like terrifying and incredible. Wow. I think that's what's so creepy and amazing. Oh, Alec Baldwin! Is that they're so huge and then they just vanish. Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Don't let her pull more than the usual nonsense. 2 stories, 2 glasses of water. You're going to miss the plane.
Okay.
Look at him 40 years ago.
When I'm on my business trip, I'll get Stanley a little brother, okay?
Will you promise?
Promise.
She looked like she was holding a koala bear. Looked like her toy was not a teddy, but that would be strange.
You know, if you did try and get some sleep, the flight will go a lot faster.
I can never sleep on a plane.
Me neither. Me too.
Turbulence. Solar radiation heats the Earth's crust. Warm air rises, cooler descends. Turbulence. I don't like that.
Try to get some sleep anyway.
Helpful. Thank you. I get it, dude. All right, this is a Tom Clancy. I get him and John Grisham confused, I think.
Dr. Ryan?
Oh. Oh, Jack Ryan, like Jack Ryan that is its own show? Maybe?
Jack boy. Jesus. You look like hell.
Thank you very much, Abner.
James Earl Jones.
Last time you got some sleep.
Oh, I don't know. This thing's still on London time. Milk and sugar?
Milk and sugar. So how's Caroline?
Oh, she's fine. Sends you her best.
And Sally? What does she know? 3.
Very precocious 5.
All right. What's important enough to get you on a plane in the middle of the night?
British intelligence obtained these pictures 2 days ago. She's the Red October, the latest Typhoon class. Captain's name is Ramius. The Russians call him Vilnius Nastavnik, the Vilnius schoolmaster.
What are these doors?
Those doors, sir, are the problem.
Margie, have a car for Dr. Ryan downstairs in 10 minutes. Satellite caught Red October in Polyani Inlet this morning.
What I love about James Earl Jones now is that I can just close my eyes and it's just like a really happy Darth Vader. Ah. USS Dallas, Los Angeles class attack sub 100 miles northwest of Polyjarny Inlet.
A whale, Beaumont, a whale. A marine mammal that knows a hell of a lot more about sonar.
Uh-huh.
He figures this whole boat is basically just his own personal stereo set. So he gets this piece of Pavarotti.
It was Paganini.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 097. Designate contact number Sierra 35.
Okay, start your track. I'll be there in a minute.
Sonar eye.
That was Scott Glenn, right? In Apocalypse Now, he's Colby. And a bunch of other stuff, but I didn't recognize him in Apocalypse Now. He looks awesome and powerful and terrifying. He suits it though. Hey! Is everyone gonna speak Russian? Sam Neill too?
Putin.
Goodbye.
I think that's so fantastic that everybody has learned their lines in Russian to be authentic, because a lot of the time in movies, you'll see people that wouldn't be speaking English speak English just to make it easier on the viewer, but this is great.
The seventh angel poured forth his bowl into the air.
Ah, here we go.
The KGB or the GRU has agents aboard. I will be the last to know. I suggest we open our orders, Captain.
I wonder, as soon as I said that thing about them speaking Russian, they changed. I wonder if that zoom-in effect onto the other guy's mouth, it was to sort of like imply that they are still speaking Russian, but for, you know, for our sake, for the film, they're switching to English with a Scottish accent.
We are to run a series of drills. Tupolev will hunt us while we test our ship. This is an historic moment for all of us. I should like to make a request.
Before you proceed,
I know it is
Conrad.
not protocol, Captain, but would you permit me to post our orders and inform the crew of our mission?
Oh. He just killed the Putin-looking dude. Oh my gosh. Burn it. Have new fake orders.
Dr. Petrov, report to my cabin immediately. There's been a dreadful accident.
Oof.
Who let you in here? Hey, Skip. What, have they got you playing with models now? Ah. You got a minute?
It's Jeffrey Jones.
What are these doors?
You don't miss much, do you?
This could be a caterpillar.
What?
A jet engine for the water. Only it's got no moving parts, so it's very, very quiet.
Like how quiet?
It's doubtful our sonar'd even pick it up.
Oh.
It'd sound like whales humping or some kind of seismic anomaly. Anything but a submarine. We messed with this a couple of years ago. Couldn't make it work.
They did.
They really built this. This isn't a mock-up or anything.
She put to sea this morning.
What was the principal's name in Ferris Bueller? I mean, that's him, but what was his name?
I helped my daddy build a bomb shelter in our basement because some fool parked a dozen warheads 90 miles off the coast of Florida. This thing could park a couple of hundred warheads off Washington or New York.
You wouldn't know.
No one would know anything about it till it was all over.
Oh, man. Tim Curry.
It was an accident. You'll feel better when we put in.
Put in?
Oh, to base, Captain. We cannot go on without a political...
Putin.
I'm removing the political officer's missile key, and I'm keeping it myself.
Perhaps I should keep the key.
Thank you, that'll be all, Doctor. Petrov.
Sir.
I will try to forget your comments when I present my report.
He's just doing his job properly.
All right. How many typhoons we got on the computer?
6, sir.
Call this guy Typhoon 7, start typing.
I like Scott Glenn. So now that they're all speaking English on the Russian sub, that zoom in was like a language change just for filmmaking effect.
We will leave our fleet behind.
We will pass through the American patrols and lay off their largest city and listen to their rock and roll. We sail into history.
So I wonder if Sean Connery, I know he's the captain, but is he getting this plan from the higher ups, or is he just like a full rogue dude that's just like a one-man plan?
New course 250.
Yes, new course 250.
I do like the outfits a lot. And it always looks like they're moving so slowly, but they're not, right? They're going pretty fast. It's just eerie.
The Russian disappeared. 1 minute he was steady, 4,000 yards off the bow, and then he was gone.
Ooh.
For a second, I thought I heard...
Heard what?
Singing.
I thought I heard singing, sir.
Singing?
Yes, sir.
There's a letter there from Marco Ramius.
Sean Connery.
Oh, Marco.
Is this where he's getting his orders, or is this letter just like, peace, I'm going rogue?
I got a line on those doors. You know what they are?
A nearly silent propulsion system?
Yep.
No one understands this material better than you. Just give him a rundown on the sub and a précis of the stuff in your hand. He's liable to ask some direct questions. Give him direct answers. Tell him what you think. Come on.
What is his actual job title role? I only said the Jack Ryan thing because, like, I know it's a show now with John Krasinski.
Gentlemen, the last 24 hours have seen some extraordinary Soviet naval activity. The Typhoon class, she's some 650 feet long and 32,000 tons submerged displacement. We believe that these doors here on the bow and again on the
silent propulsion system,
a magneto-hydrodynamic drive or caterpillar that would enable the sub to run virtually silent, allowed Ramius to elude one of our attack boats, the Dallas, which trailed Red October from harbor this morning. It is also possible that this drive system, if operable, could render the Red October undetectable to our SOSUS warning nets in the Atlantic.
Would you characterize this as a first strike weapon?
Yes.
It is designed to approach by stealth and to shower its target with multiple independent warheads with little or no warning before impact.
Goddamn things made to start a war.
Oof.
And from Leningrad on the Baltic and from the Mediterranean, there are now some 58 nuclear submarines headed at high speed into the Atlantic.
Admiral Greer, your conclusions?
Sir, the data support no conclusions as yet. The absence of activity in the Pacific suggests this could be just an exercise.
Before sailing, Captain Ramius sent a letter to Admiral Yuri Padoran.
That's her uncle.
Whose uncle?
Ramius's wife. Padoran's her uncle.
Oh, I was gonna say, how'd they know that?
He demanded a meeting with Premier Chernyenko, and within minutes of that meeting, the Soviet fleet sailed with orders to find Red October and sink her.
Oh!
Sink her?
Oh my God, they've got a madman on their hands.
If that thing gets within 500 miles of the coast, we'll have...
That's like pertinent information, though, for them to let Jack Ryan do his whole presentation, and then this guy's like, also, like, that's huge news that kind of should have been shared earlier, right?
Today's the 23rd, isn't it?
What?
Today is the 23rd, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is that, her? It's the anniversary of her death or something?
Son of a bitch! You wish to add something to our discussion, Dr. Ryan?
No. Yes.
Ramius might be trying to defect.
Do you mean to suggest that this man has
Proceed, Mr. Ryan.
But he's not Russian. He's Lithuanian by birth, raised by his paternal grandfather.
Yeah.
And he has no children, no ties to leave behind. And today is the first anniversary
Of his wife's death.
of his wife's death.
Oh, come on. You're just an analyst. What can you possibly know what goes on in this mind?
I know Ramius, General. He's nearly a legend in the submarine community.
How long before Ramius could be in a position to fire his missiles at us?
4 days.
All right. I'll brief the president. That'll be all, gentlemen. Dr. Ryan, would you stay for a moment, please?
I said, speak your mind, Jack, but Jesus.
You slammed the door on the general pretty hard, Jack. Listen, I'm a politician, which means I'm a cheat and a liar. And when I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops. What do you suggest we do about it?
We definitely grabbed the boat, sir.
We're talking about several $1 billion worth of Soviet state property. They're gonna want it back.
Is that how much one costs?
Call it whatever you want to. A Coast Guard safety inspection.
So how do we proceed?
How do you find it?
First, we would need to contact the commanders in the Atlantic directly. Second, we need to figure out what can we do to help them. And third, somebody's got to go out there and make contact with Ramius and find out what his intentions really are.
Okay. When do you leave? I can't ask any of these characters to go. One, they don't believe in it. Two, they'd never stake their reputation on a hunch. Whereas you are expendable.
Don't have a reputation.
Something like that. I'll give you 3 days to prove your theory correct. After that, we'll have to hunt down Ramis and destroy him.
So is this how Jack Ryan becomes Jack Ryan? Like, is this how he becomes Jack Ryan? He starts as just an office analyst.
Come left heading 205. 205.
That's Stellan Skarsgard, I think. There's so many people just popping up in this.
These orders are 7 bloody hours old.
Yeah.
Engineer reports 105% on the reactor possible, not recommended.
Smoking in the submarines.
We're going to kill Ramis.
Okay, so that's the other Russian boat that Stellan Skarsgard is the captain of. And then are these guys in a ship, the U.S. Navy guys, or are they at a... are they, like, at a headquarters doing all this?
Before we begin, Captain, I'd like to know exactly what happened to Putin. He didn't sleep on his tea, did he?
Oh, his name was Putin.
We're risking our lives here.
Look, Putin could have caused complications.
Oh my gosh, I was kidding because he looked like Vladimir Putin. His name was. I missed that at the time.
And you may report back to your post.
This guy's the only one in a red shirt.
You heard the captain dismissed.
I cannot believe the guy he killed's name was Putin. I just meant that he looked kind of like him.
The worry is the Americans. We get some buckaroo.
Cut to the buckaroo.
Want a bite? Next time you get a bright idea, just put it in a memo.
USS Enterprise, the North Atlantic, east of Nova Scotia.
That Hawkeye from Weymouth Trap?
4-wire. Caught a gust over the fantail.
No, not bad, considering.
The gentleman is here to see you.
That's got Glenn back there.
What the hell are you talking about,
Oh,
Doc?
no.
I apologize for the uniform, sir. This is Admiral Greer's idea of a low profile.
Adam, you got a minute? Jonesy's got something I think you ought to see.
Martinez, get yourself a cup of coffee and have some tea.
Oh yeah, no, they are on their ship. Okay, there's so many ships I'm keeping track of. Well, 3, right?
I heard something in the background, real faint. I washed it through the computer a few times, and I was able to isolate this sound. When I asked the computer to identify it, what I got was magma displacement. See, sir, the SAP's software was originally written to look for seismic events. And I think when it gets confused, it kind of runs home to mama. You may think I'm crazy, but I'll bet that magma displacement was actually some new Russian sub.
If I got this straight, Jonesy, $40 million computer tells you you're chasing an earthquake, but you don't believe it. Including all the navigation there.
I've got all the...
Relax, Jonesy, you sold me.
He's right.
Bottom end of Red Route 1, we'll never find him in those canyons. First, take us to Periscope depth. This we gotta phone in.
Aye, aye, Cap.
Good work, Jonesy.
If I can get you close enough, can you track this sucker?
Yes, sir. Now that I know what to listen for, I'll bag him.
Carry on.
Russians don't take a dump, son, without a plan.
What's he gonna do? Sail into New York, pop the hatch, and say, here I am? Well, things may appear that simple in a cubicle at CIA, but in the middle of the North Atlantic with 1 million tons of Soviet warships bearing down on us, they get a bit more complex.
Oh, he's CIA analyst, so he's still, you know, high up.
Ones that don't defect are going to go back and say, we got the boat, or do you plan to eliminate them? So the only way for this thing to work is for you to get them off the boat in such a way that they think we don't have it. They'll go back and report we don't have it to their bosses.
How do you get him off the boat with them not thinking that you've got the boat?
Things liable to get a little dicey around here. You think he's crazy?
Certifiable.
Ha!
Summer of his 3rd year, he went down in a chopper accident in the Med. Bad. Pilot, crew killed. That kid spent 10 months in traction.
Oh.
Did his 4th year from the hospital. That's up to you, Charlie, but you might consider cutting the kid a little slack. Russians gonna find that sub before we get near it anyway.
Nope. But I wouldn't want Stellan Skarsgard after me. He seems like he's on it. What ship is this? This is Ramis.
Command. Course 260.
Course 260 Y.
Speed 18 knots.
But how deep did he say? 2 point something meters. Like that shallow? No. Surely not.
We're in the lane and approaching first turn. Come left to course 195
In 30 seconds, decrease depth to 200 meters.
200 meters.
Captain, we are approaching the first turn. 25 seconds to course 195.
Increase speed to 26 knots and recompute.
Landing control. Come left to 195.
Left to 195.
Up on the belt planes.
195.
Oh, because it's like a minefield with these
Now 195 and maintaining speed 26 knots.
these rocks and channels, and he wants to do it at 26 when they were doing it at 18.
Fast, Vasily. Too fast. Those charts are laid out precisely. So many knots in such and such a course of seconds. And this thing handles like a pig.
What's your bearing, Mr. Stellan?
Are they gonna I bet they get through it though. They're not gonna Titanic it and hit something.
Should we decrease speed?
Negative. Prepare to come right.
8, 7.
But he has huge faith in his crew because he's not actually the one driving, but he's just like, oh, he's buckling in though.
15 degrees down angle on the bow planes. Come right, 240. Move it!
Everybody else is just standing, and Sean Connery's like, buckle up, while he directs them to go way too fast through this. It's gonna work.
Next leg, 34 minutes to the Neptune Massif. Course 240.
They made the turn. What did they hit?
It's 50 degrees above red line and rising. If we don't shut it off, it's gonna melt. Kill it, shut it down.
Oh, they didn't hit anything.
We have lost one of our submarines.
You're telling me that this is a massive rescue operation?
That is correct.
I'm terribly sorry. How can we help? Perhaps a joint rescue mission?
That is very gracious of you, sir. I'll pass your offer on. But at this time, I think we're doing everything that can be done.
Bear Foxtrot, 692 Soviet anti-submarine aircraft south of Iceland.
Water entry of small objects.
Sonar boys.
Battle stations!
How long to Neptune Massif?
4 minutes, 10 seconds.
Countermeasures. Prepare to launch a full spread.
High speed screw. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo is active. Torpedo has acquired.
Launch countermeasures.
Launch countermeasures, aye, sir.
Countermeasures, just shoot back at it and explode it mid-route?
How long to the turn of the Massif?
2 minutes, 9 seconds.
That's the torpedo coming.
Torpedo has reached countermeasures.
And?
Torpedo has reacquired and is homing.
Give me the count.
Turn at massive 40 degrees stop.
Are they just gonna get hit?
Increase the flank.
Full ahead flank. Torpedo impact now 40 seconds. 35 seconds.
You can't outrun that thing, but they could turn, like, you know, like a video game, like turn and it hits something else, or clearly I don't play video games.
5, 4.
Come on.
3, 2, 1. Mark.
What?
Torpedo impact 25 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Mark plus 8 seconds. Plus 14. Plus 15 seconds. Captain, if we're out of position by so much as a boat length...
He's gonna turn at the very last second.
We're out of the lane.
You're relieved.
Borodin.
And the torpedo's gonna hit the rocks. He's doing it.
Right full rudder. Reverse starboard engine.
Right full rudder.
He's doing it. They might even, like, love tap it a little. And then the torpedo's just gonna straight into the rocks. Come on! It didn't hit them, though.
Captain, they're really shooting at us.
What?
Easy, boy.
Oh, they don't know.
They're really shooting at us. We'd be dead by now.
Give me some line. Yeah.
Only the top guys know. The crew don't have any idea. These guys. They're kids.
I found out what happened to the caterpillar. The buffer circuit has been torn out. Whoever did this knew how to cripple a caterpillar in a way not easy to find.
Captain, we have a saboteur on board.
Tim Curry, maybe. First guess.
Check his files of information on the crew. We have to put them off before we land.
The average Ruski son don't take a dump without a plan. So how is he gonna get the crew off the sub?
They'd have to want to get off.
How do you get a crew to want to get off a submarine?
He's got to tell him they're defecting.
I know how he's going to get the crew off the sub, Admiral.
Not now, Jack.
Like a radiation thing? Is he going to fake that that's a radiation danger? And he pulled the thing off that thing that blew? Does that make sense?
The New Jersey and her group are moving up the coast, while the Russians, aside from maybe 100 more Barrett Foxtrots, have a row of attack subs.
Yeah.
For a rescue team, yes.
Excuse me, sir, what's this sub off by herself?
Bart Mancuso's boat. He's going to the bottom of Red Route 1. He's had an intermittent contact with what his computer calls a magma displacement.
That's Scott Glenn.
Seismic anomaly?
Yes.
I suppose so. Why?
Admiral, is there a way you could get me on board the Dallas? I think that Captain Mancuso has found the Red October.
The only way we can get you that far north is to strip it down and turn it into a flying gas can.
Get him up there!
Pick up your left wing. You're drifting left. Wave off. Wave off.
What the hell?
Check.
What?
Fire. This business will get out of control.
He's already terrified of flying.
We're trying to get a message to her, but if she's gone deep, it stops. If you have to ditch. At this water's temperature, you'll have about 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh. It's cool though that, like with the subs,
Write a goddamn memo.
you can just get dropped off anywhere. Like all that SS Dallas has to do is come up to the surface. They just land on him, right? Just has to pop up. So I was thinking, like maybe Sean Connery did that thing to make them feel like they had to get off radiation-wise.
Captain sacked out? Yeah.
But maybe not.
What about him? He won't leave.
You know, I seen me a mermaid once. Seen me a shark eat an octopus. I ain't never seen no phantom Russian submarine.
He's got it, he's got it, he's got it.
The crew know about the saboteur and they are afraid.
That's the plan.
Make the Labrador coast in 16 hours.
Half of them would freeze before they were rescued. No, it's Massachusetts or Maine in 48 hours.
Yeah, how do you drop him off?
Do you think they will let me live in Montana?
I would think they'll let you live wherever you want.
That was a weird cut, unless they keep doing it and keep going back. That was just such a short insert.
I will marry a round American woman and raise rabbits, and she will cook them for me. And I will have a pickup truck.
Okay.
Possibly even a recreational vehicle. Do they let you do that?
Yes.
No papers?
No papers. State to state.
Sonar con eye.
Sure, possible target sig based on bearing rates.
There's just something about him, Scott Glenn's face. So powerful. And he doesn't do much. He's subtle.
It's a catch. It's a boat this big doesn't exactly stop on a dime.
Huh.
Drift right to the back of him. How about you? What do you look for?
How close are they?
Let's see if he can hear us.
When I was a boy, 40 years, at sea. A war at sea.
That's them under him?
My wife died while I was at sea.
Ah. I wonder if the set is tilted.
God's in the engineering spaces. If he can get to the Caterpillar, he can get somewhere more vital.
Or if the camera's just tilted.
Target is now coming out of our starboard bath. My read is that he's returning to base course.
Here's what we got on the ELF.
You're not gonna believe this.
Jack Ryan, we're picking up a guy. We're picking up a CIA analyst. A nauseous CIA analyst.
I've got a 10-minute reserve, but I'm not allowed to invade that except in time of war.
Mister, if you don't get me on board that damn submarine...
It will be.
Got me? And you got 10 minutes worth of fuel? We stay here 10 more minutes.
Yo! Hold up, Joe. I got a submarine at around 3 o'clock. Okay, Tony, hook him up. Okay, Commander. I'll be lowering you down to the submarine now.
Oh, they don't land on it. They just lower him down like a little basket of lotion.
I got a diver in the escape trunk in case this guy goes in a drink. We may need him.
Oh yeah, there is no real landing. I was thinking it was like a ship that had like a, you know, a large flat surface to land on. But they get pretty close. It's just horrible weather to be doing this in. But otherwise, it'd be kind of fun. I mean, it's not that far to go, but it just... The rain, the wind, the black water, it's just...
All right, Tommy, get the hook on this cable. Okay, here he comes.
Get him, he's flying around wildly. Get over.
Where is he? I can't see him.
Oh, and this is all part of the 10-minute reserve fuel time.
Check. This is never gonna work. Okay, Tony, reel him back in.
No. No, so close. No. No.
Tony, what the hell is going on back?
He's gonna unclip himself.
Send out the diver.
Wow. Good job from Jack Ryan. Like, he would rather risk his life in that freezing water.
Get the dock down here. I'll be in the escape trunk.
Unsure if there was even a rescue diver because it's worth it to try and get on that sub. Oof. Ah! Oh, they got him fast.
It's a pleasure to be aboard.
The submarine in question is commanded by Captain Marco Ramius. Apparently, he has suffered a kind of mental or nervous breakdown. Just before he sailed, he posted a letter to Admiral Yuri Padorin in which he announced his intention to
defect,
to fire his missiles on the United States.
So one of your submarine captains has gone insane? What do you want from us?
In the only silent sub.
Yeah, that was a rescue mission. Now you want us to help you hunt him down, kill him.
Yes.
I have been instructed to ask your president for precisely that.
Find him. We already found him. We had to break off to come pick you up.
His eyes are just black, Scott Glenn's. There's no pupil and iris. His eyes are like the Jinx, you know, Robert Durst. His eyes were just black.
The sub we're after is called the Red October. She's under the command of a man named Ramius, who are attempting to defect.
Skipper's Ramius.
Mm-hmm.
It seems the circumstances have changed somewhat, Mr. Ryan.
Get this man some dry clothes. I'll be in the car.
Authorized to use any necessary force to prevent that submarine from approaching the coast of the United States.
They're just saying that the Russians just want, so the Russians get America to just kill him.
Captain, I have to talk to you.
No. Tommy, make your depth 1,200 feet, 20 degrees down angle.
All right, Captain.
600.
700.
Yeah, I wonder if all the sets, you know, tilt as much, or if it's camera placement only, or a combination. But it's good.
Sonar Khan. You got him yet, Jonesy?
Yes, sir. Contact Typhoon 7 on bearing 250, right where he's supposed to be.
Any signs alerted to our presence?
No, sir. Operating as before.
But if that was them under Red October before, they're teeny weeny compared to
Captain, please listen to me. 2 minutes, that's all.
Red October.
Ramius intends to defect. The Russians know this, which is why they've been trying to sink him for the past 2 days. But they haven't been able to, so they're trying
I have a firing solution.
Very well.
No!
Crazy because they need our help to sink him before he can safely contact us. I know this man because he always goes to starboard in the bottom half of the hour.
But he did kill the Putin guy.
Possible aspect change in target.
Current possible target zinc based on bearing rate.
He's turning.
Which way is he turning, Jonesy?
To the starboard, sir.
Give the man a chance.
Oh!
I said all that full.
That's full, aye, sir. It's back full.
Captain, we're cavitating. He can hear us. All right, Ryan. We just unzipped our fly.
Tubes 1 and 2. We're ready to shoot.
Captain, he has opened his outer doors and is preparing to fire.
Shall I open the torpedo tube doors, sir?
No.
Captain, shall I open outer doors?
No.
No. Lock the firing solution into the computer. Do not open the doors.
Aye, Captain. Lock solution into computer.
That's to show them they're not hostile.
Negative, Captain. He's just sitting.
See? Communicating.
It means he's a very cool customer, Russian. He knows we're here, we're ready to shoot. He's not going to provoke us.
Con sonar, my only contact is Typhoon 7 bearing 195.
Fire control, range to target.
Range is 300 yards.
Make your depth 65 feet. He wants to go up and take a peek.
We'll go to. They're right there. I mean, they are smaller, but. And he did that in From Russia with Love. Is that the one in the Bond when he has the periscope that goes up into the meeting room?
You wanted to talk to him, Mr. Ryan. There he is. What do you want to say?
Will he be the only one looking through the periscope?
Probably.
I have a chance then. U.S. told you intend a missile launch. Do not approach U.S. coast or you will be attacked. If intention is other, will you discuss option? Can he acknowledge with a single ping?
Yeah, he can. Question is, will he?
Yeah.
Verify our range to target. 1 ping only.
Aye, Captain.
I'll be damned.
Someplace deep. Someplace deep. Okay.
Send him this.
You out of your mind?
Just send it.
You know he was going to go to starboard.
I didn't. I had a 50-50 chance and I needed a break. Sorry.
Ha!
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Ryan. The Morse is so rusty, I may be sending dimensions on Playmate of the Month.
Re-verify our range to target.
1 ping only.
Captain, I just...
Give me a ping, Vasily. 1 ping only, please.
They know he's communicating.
Aye, Captain.
What the hell is this about?
The Russians want us to sink her. We might have to do that.
And they're gonna pretend to sink Red October and save them all and let them defect?
Let's turn south.
Sam Neill's freaking out, but like, it's to save everybody. It's to help everyone.
Power up.
Plot a new course due south.
Does he know that Sean Connery pulled the piece off that, like, destroyed that radiation thing? Abyssal. Because their sub is actually struggling.
The controls don't respond.
Then bypass it. Seal it manually. Move! Come on! Come on!
That gives me anxiety from here. Like, to be in something like that.
It was damaged when the caterpillar went down.
Captain, radiation alarms activating in all compartments. Engineering is heavily contaminated and radiation is moving forward.
Oh.
We've got a level 1 radiation leak. Every surface of the ship is contaminated. Simply changing the air won't do. We've got to get the men off. We have been sabotaged.
Surface. We'll evacuate the men to the deck.
But then what? How do they get to land? Do they have a little boat?
Break out the rafts.
Rafts?
Lash them to the deck.
He's gonna get all the men off, put them in rafts, and then he's gonna take Sam Neill with him and just go off the 2 of them? Can they, how many men do they need minimum to man the sub? I wonder. Right, so they die in 4 minutes in the water from hypothermia if they're actually in the water, but in the rafts, they have time to wait for rescue.
We must get the entire crew out.
Yes, sir.
He's staying. I just wonder who with.
It's a warship. Red October. Red October. Halt and stay where you are. Do not attempt to submerge or you will be fired upon. Captain, I think he means to board us.
You will go with the crew. The officers and I will submerge beneath you and scuttle the ship.
We received the order of landing for this, Captain.
He doesn't care. So he's keeping.
Scuttle the ship.
He's going down, sir. Put a shot across his bow. Come right in 180.
Ah! How tough is the exterior of these subs? Like, if they fire, what are they firing? Oy. So he said the officers. Did he just mean the officer? He'd be keeping Sam, Neill, and who? Stop what? Not fire. Oh, no.
800 yards. 700 yards.
Oh, they're firing, but just not at the guys in the rafts. They're firing at Red October.
500 yards. 400 yards.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Understand, Commander, that torpedo did not self-destruct. You heard it hit the hull. I was never here. Contact Dallas. Give them the go.
Advise Dallas. Get the DSRV moving.
Because they want the submarine. Right. They'll help him defect and say...
We're off. Thrusting port.
Oh, they're in that itty bitty... Oh, maybe that's the itty bitty thing they were in before.
400. $100 yards.
I want to know who's on there. Sean Connery and who?
Okay, we're in position.
He's defecting.
And he can't change his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to change his mind.
You willing to bet your life on that?
How did they get in underwater? It must seal it and give like the way that they got out of their one into that little travel pod, same way they're getting into this, but it seems very dry and clean and easy. Oh my gosh. He's in a suit.
Черт, Виклочет, извините, una minutka.
He's still working, smoking a cigarette.
Позеленел чудак.
Ah!
So funny.
He speaks Russian.
The captain seems to think you're some sort of cowboy.
New Ruski.
Nimnoga.
I knew it.
How did you know our reactor accident was false?
Well, that was a guess, but it seemed logical.
He respects that he was right.
Torpedo! The Americans are shooting at us again.
Pitch is too high. Torpedo's Russian.
What do you mean another torpedo? Where the hell did it come from?
Constone, our new contact.
He can tell. Yeah, because the Russians want to take it all down.
We had the wrong range. Fire again with the right settings.
Pelican, get me power.
Get me power.
Hey, I think somebody just shot a torpedo at us.
Oh shit, fuck, we get the hell out of here.
Wait, where am I?
Captain Bayou. Captain Bayou.
Sit here.
I'm not a naval officer. I'm with the CIA.
Oh, whatever.
Ha!
Captain, I think it's a canaveral of increase the flank.
Increase the flank. How?
All ahead flank. Right full rudder.
Flank, right full
He's shooting again, sir.
Go to battle stations.
And there's no one there to stop and self-terminate the missile, the torpedo, I mean. Like James Earl Jones did for them when it was the American torpedo.
You're right to this reach 315.
No, that's wrong. Brian, don't turn that damn wheel.
315.
And then, what, off at the last minute again? He's gonna listen to Sean Connery over his own superior, or... Maybe he's not a superior, but the other American.
Heading straight into that torpedo.
Red October's turned directly into the torpedoes faster.
Range 5,000 yards.
Pelican, more speed.
3 and 5.
Already running 110%.
Give me 115%.
Oof.
3,000 yards, closing awfully fast.
Oh yeah, that's Courtney B. Vance. So that's Johnny Cochran in The People versus OJ. And
he's headed right into the torpedo.
Lots of
What's
things.
he trying to do? Kill us?
Thompson, we have a firing solution on the Russian Alpha. Can we shoot back?
I can't attack a Soviet submarine without authorization.
Torpedo bearing steady at 315. Best range 900 yards.
Torpedo impact 20 seconds.
What books?
Uh-huh.
Pardon me?
The books you wrote for the CIA.
I wrote a biography of Admiral Halsey called The Fighting Sailor about naval combat tactics.
I know this book. Things were all wrong, Brian.
10 seconds.
Halsey acted stupidly.
7.
Now what?
2. Torpedo impact.
What happened?
What happened?
Combat tactics, Mr. Ryan. The captain closed the distance before it could arm itself.
Right now, Captain Tupolev is removing the safety features on all his weapons. He won't make the same mistake twice.
Ah! Oh, that was smart.
Little rough, but
Who the hell is that?
That's what it sounded like, sir.
We'll change his mind, huh, Ryan? It's gotta be one of the crew.
Whoever he is, I'd say he's having second thoughts.
Sam's dead.
I would like to have seen Montana.
But that wasn't who opened fire first, right? Who was it? It was somebody in a white shirt.
Captain, he stumbled forward into the missile bay. We're showing a silo hatch warning. Port side, number 20.
You can't launch a missile.
No, but he can blow one up. Captain, take the con.
Fire control's blasted to hell.
Find him and stay there.
Captain, wait.
You may need this, sir.
Thank you.
Who was it?
Don't just stand there, Ryan.
Oh no! But he keeps blocking his face with the firearm.
What happens if he makes it to that ignition circuitry?
Do we know him?
He can incinerate the ship.
That door the only way out of here?
He's shot in the chest.
Don't let him get past you.
Be careful what you shoot at. Most things in here don't react too well to bullets.
Right.
That's why they don't even have guns in there, right? Did they bring the guns on? Did this guy shooting, who is a Russian, did he get one of the guns from the Americans? Or they do have guns on here still? They just don't carry them.
I shoot at?
Safety range is set to 0. Donna, give me the bearing for Red October. She's taking position behind us. Right full rudder. I'll shake the man loose. He's going deep.
30-degree down angle.
5,000 kilos pumped
All the
out.
countermeasures were over there,
Continue
right?
dive.
Yeah!
Admiral, the Alpha is just too quick. It's only a matter of time now.
Oh, man.
Some things in here don't react well to bullets.
Like me. I don't react well to bullets.
Where is he? Stop shooting at stuff!
Where's he now, Jonesy?
Close, sir. 900 meters.
Mac bearing is on fire.
Don't argue with me. Launch the weapon. Torpedoes are armed in the tubes, Captain. He can't.
Shoot now! Another torpedo, Captain. It went active the moment it was launched.
Left full rudder. He's off in your back.
Can they... How do you get out of the way of that one?
Way to go, damn it!
Torpedo is an acquisition. Range 500 yards in closing. You've done it, Mr. Thompson.
Release countermeasures. Emergency blow.
But if they don't work, if the counter doesn't work, they blow up. Yeah.
That torpedo's still active. It's searching for another target now.
Wait, so what flew out of the water like a whale like that? This all feels very similar.
Goddamn cook.
Estafeta pecoya.
Yeah. He had to, right? He had to. It's probably the first time Jack Ryan's ever killed somebody.
Back on up!
How close is that Alpha, Jonesy?
1,000 yards, dead astern. Going to...
But the doctor, the other guy, Tim Curry, was meant to do a count, make sure everybody was off except the officers. So the cook should have been counted and evacuated.
Collision in 400 yards. Captain.
Full rudder, 30-degree down.
Now he's doing the moves. Oh my gosh.
Get ahead! You arrogant ass. You've killed us.
Oh my gosh. So they made the torpedo actually hit Skarsgard's submarine. And they think it's Red October.
We have ascertained the Red October's final position, but given the depth of the water and the fact that the wreckage is spread out over such a wide area, however, your people are interviewing the crew now and making arrangements for their return. And I can only stress that if you come to us earlier, it might have been avoided.
I appreciate your candor in the matter.
And I yours, Andre.
I've been eyeing that candy from the earlier scene.
The technology will be available for a more thorough investigation of the wreckage.
Perhaps.
There is another matter, one that I'm reluctant to. One of our submarines, an Alpha, was last reported in the area of the Grand Banks. We've not heard from her for some time.
Stellan, Skarsgard's one, the other one.
Andre, you've lost another submarine?
Right, they made it. They're in America.
We're 100 miles from the nearest naval base. I grew up around here. My grandfather taught me to fish off that island right over there.
He's gonna move there.
There is one question you haven't asked.
Why?
Why?
Well, I figured you would tell me when you were ready.
Nice green screen.
Now, there are those who believe we should attack the United States first, settle everything in one moment. Red October was built for that purpose.
When the dust settles from this, there's going to be hell to pay in Moscow.
Perhaps, maybe some good will come from it. A little revolution now and then is a healthy thing, don't you think? There's a river, not unlike this one, near Vilnius, where my grandfather taught me. And the sea will grant each man new hope. Sleep brings dreams. Christopher Columbus.
Welcome to the new world, sir.
He's asleep. Now, after all of that he's been through, this is nothing. Yeah. Passed out, crashed out on the plane. And he got a brother for, Stuart, or whatever she called her, her little bear. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh man, that was fun. I thought everybody in that was amazing. I mean, look, what I'm finding by doing these reactions for the channel is that, like, there are movies that I had, like I said, I push aside or I don't get to, especially some of the older ones that I think after I grow up I don't go back to for some reason, but they've been fantastic. And I love that. I loved Die Hard. And so I feel like if Predator is the, the third installment of that, like, unofficial John McTiernan trilogy, maybe I should watch Predator. I always thought I'd seen it, but I just think that I'm aware of, like, the alien and Arnie, and that's it. But I don't think I've ever actually seen it. But The Hunt for Red October. And it was really nice to come back to Sean Connery older, too. Like, I've been having a blast watching all the old Bonds here on Criminal Content and seeing him younger. But then it was nice to come back and have older Sean, which is still not even old Sean, but this is still 40 years ago. But older than Bond, that's for sure. So I liked it. Little bit of a happy Hollywood ending, you know. I don't know how, the reality of all of that, but it was great. And I liked the language thing. I can't believe I thought they were going to learn the entire script in Russian. I was very impressed for a second. But no, I think that especially at the time, people are becoming better and better and better every day with, like, watching things I think that are, international and subtitled. But for a big Hollywood production to be completely half in Russian might have been too much, for them to sell. But it was great. And I thought Sam Neill was great. I thought, I remembered his name towards the end, but Courtney B. Vance and, everybody. It was awesome. Good time. So yeah, maybe next time I'll get into Predator. I don't know what's up next, but I will see you next time here on Criminal Content. My name is Coby, and thank you for watching with me.